Yes.
all through to page 40. You have attached the CR12.
Yes, Chairman.
So, did you attach the CR12 to confirm that Omar Abdi Jamale owns these companies, or you wanted to show that these companies are associated with the First Lady? Which is which?
For both, Chairman, to show that Osman Abdi Jamale is the director of these companies and he owns them, and he acts in proxy for the governor and his first family.
Is there anywhere where there is how many? About 8. There are about 8 companies.
Yes, Chairman.
Is there? I just want to be sure that so that you pinpoint, so that I'm aware. Is there one where there are 3 people are mentioned here?
Yes.
There is the First Lady, the son, and the daughter. Is there
Chairman.
anywhere maybe they are directors?
No, not directors as per the CR12.
They are not directors as per the CR12.
Yes, Chairman.
Thank you.
I'm through, Chairman.
I think you are released. We can take the next witness.
Okay, thank you, and I wish everybody Eid Mubarak.
Senior Counsel, we are waiting for your next witness.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I will. He's coming. He's there. But I just wanted a small clarification from the chair. Yesterday, you said summons will be issued to one Osman Abdullah Jama. I just wanted to know whether he has been.
We'll tell you as we proceed. I'll consult the clerk's office. So we'll let you know the status.
I, Hussein Abdurrahman Dahir, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this special committee in respect of the matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Yes, Honorable Dair, you are our third and last witness. Can you introduce yourself to the committee?
Chairman, my name is Honorable Hussein Abdurrahman Dahir. I'm the member of County Assembly for Abaswain Ward. At the same time, I chair the Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries at the County Assembly of Wajir. Chairman, with due regard, allow me to introduce part of my affidavit that I saw.
Before you do that.
And I want to mention that I saw on 2 affidavits.
Before you do that, Chairman, we are looking at CA1 and CA2. CA1 and CA2. Okay.
Senior counsel, we are there.
Yes, can you confirm to the committee that there are two affidavits you have sworn, and explain briefly what each one of them deponents to?
And Chairman, I confirm that I swore in two affidavits with regard to evidences in support of the impeachment of His Excellency the Governor of Wajir, Mohamed Abdi Mahmoud. One of them majorly talks on health issues, and that is the reason why we said in the main motion that Section 43 of the Constitution of Kenya, which allows the public to get the highest attainable health care, has been squandered because of the deplorable states of the health institutions that we serve or our people get. Secondly was about the pending bills, where there were public outcries on the huge pending bills, which did not had any goodwill of payment from His Excellency the Governor of Wajir County Government, Mohamed Abdi Mahmoud.
Now, these two affidavits, one on health, one on pending bills, is that your evidence before this committee?
That is my evidence before this committee, Chairman.
And would you like to submit the two affidavits and the annexures as evidence for this committee's consideration?
Yes, I do submit my affidavit with annexures as evidences to this committee.
Chairman, that's the end of my examination in chief.
Okay. Counsel Nyamodi, welcome.
Thank you very much. My apologies for being late,
You
Chairman.
have assumed your role as the lead counsel, or we allow Ndegwa to be the lead counsel?
He has handed it back to me. I was going to leave it with him, but he's quickly handed it back to me. I've accepted
Okay.
it.
We have
Okay,
to oblige
then,
the seniority.
You can take it over from there. The witness has been sworn in, he's confirmed his affidavits. Now it's over to you for cross-examination.
Mr. Mongi will cross-examine him.
Mr. Mwangi will do it?
Yes, Mr. Mongi will do this cross-examination.
Okay, we proceed.
Thank you, Chairman.
Mr. Dahir, good morning.
Good morning to you.
In your affidavit, you have deponed extensively in respect to pending bills, correct?
Yes.
I wish to take you to paragraph.
Please speak to the mic so that we're able to get your questions.
I wish to take you to paragraph 5 of your affidavit. The
I would
affidavit is-
request that you cite affidavit CA1
The
or
affidavit-
CA2 as you ask your questions.
The affidavit is labeled CA2.
Okay.
CA2.
CA2.
Yes. Are you there? Paragraph 5.
Yes, I'm there.
You agree that the issue of pending bill is not unique to Wajir County?
It's not unique to Wajir County, however.
Yes or no?
However,
Mr.
it's
Dahir,
not
I'm
unique to
asking the
Wajir County.
question.
However, Wajir County had the largest pending bills in
Mr.
this country.
Mr.
Secondly,
Dahir, Mr. Dahir, I am asking the questions you answer, correct? So you agree that
according to the report from the national government, from the National Treasury, it's
Mr.
not
Dahir.
unique to the Wajir County government.
you respond to the questions that I'm asking to you so that we save this committee's time, correct?
I say according to Wajir County, national
I will
government,
take you there, Mr. Dahir. Now, it's not unique to Wajir County, correct?
not unique to Wajir County. However, we have the largest pending bill in the larger country.
Do you have a report to show that Wajir County has the largest pending bill?
Yes, I do have a report
Where
to
is the
show
report?
that evidence.
Where is the report?
The
Where is
report
evidence?
is annexure.
Which
it is-
annexure?
The report to the pending bills committee, ad hoc committee.
Annexure? Which
Yes.
annexure are you referring to? Annexure showing that Wajir has the
Page
highest pending
13
bills.
to 46. One is that annexure. The second annexure to the same effect at page 10, which is a document supplied
me-
to us as the committee on ad hoc.
Mr. Dahir, I'll come to that document you're referring to, correct? Now, let me take you back to paragraph 7 of your affidavit. You make reference to directives that was made by the government, by the president, that accounting officers to pay all pending bills, correct?
Yes.
Is the governor an accounting officer?
The governor is solely
Is the governor an
responsible
accounting
on
officer?
everything that is done. He is to take the leadership role. These
Dahir.
people serve under his capacity as the CEO of Wajir County Government.
Mr. Dahir, my question is, do you understand who is an accounting officer in respect to the Public Finance and Management Act?
The accounting
you
officers are
understand?
political appointees appointed by His Excellency the Governor.
Do you
and therefore
understand?
accountable.
So who is the accounting officer for finance, the Department of Finance?
The issue at hand is with regard to the Governor, who had appointed the chief accounting, the accounting officers,
Who
and
is-
he is solely responsible on behalf of the people of Wajir.
Who is the accounting officer?
I said it again, and that the Governor is solely responsible because these are employees who give information to him at the cabinet meetings, and therefore he knew all that have been going on there.
Mheshimiwa, if you are going to respond to the question that we are asking directly, we are going to take a very short time. Just calm down. So who is the accounting officer for the Department of Finance in Wajir County?
I think my responses are very clear that these are employees
Honorable
of the
Dahir,
county government.
you know, you'll make it easier for us. If you are asked who is the accounting officer, if it's the governor, just say it is the governor. Then we record. Or if you are not sure, we will not punish you. Just say that one I don't know is the accounting officer, so that we make progress. Otherwise, if we go round and round, we will not live here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, he is not the accounting officer, but these are people whom he mans them.
That's okay.
That's
so
okay.
we will record that way.
Now, you have also mentioned that at paragraph 10, that there are goods and services that were not paid for, correct?
Which paragraph?
Paragraph 10 of your affidavit.
Paragraph 10 does not talk of goods and services which have
To small and micro enterprises.
Yes.
Do you have evidence for that?
Yes, I have evidence for that.
Have you annexed it here?
Yes. You can check, go through all the documentation from the departments, the LSOs and the awards that were issued by departments.
I take you to paragraph 13 of your affidavit. You have also deponed extensively that as a county assembly, you formed an ad hoc committee, correct?
Correct?
To investigate on the pending bills.
Correct.
And that is your averment at paragraph 13,
Paragraph 13, yes.
correct?
Yes.
Now, take us to that annexure marked as MIM2. Through the chair, the annexure is at page
Page 2.
2.
This is a motion.
What
Which-
is that annexure?
Eh?
What is that annexure?
This annexure is a motion which was debated at the County Assembly of Wajir as a result of the public outcry of the huge amount of pending bills.
Yes.
And the motion was sponsored by his Honorable Shu'aib Barre Ahmed, which led to the formation of the ad hoc committee, which I chaired.
Is the motion the one at page 4 of the annexures?
Page?
The motion that was tabled at the assembly?
Page 2.
Page 2 and page 4? What document is at page 4?
Page 4 is the order paper of the County Assembly of Wajir. However, the content of
Page
the
6.
motion is at page 2.
Page 6? You have page 6?
Page 6 as well.
Now, at page 6, kindly go to the last paragraph on the notice of motion. Are you there?
Page 6.
Are you there?
Yes.
Kindly read the last paragraph.
this House further resolves that the Controller of Budget halts any further payment of development fund to the county government of Wajir without established genuine and authentic pending bills from the County Assembly of Wajir.
So you actually passed a resolution to stop the forwarding of money to the county government. Correct?
It is
Correct?
It is with regard, or it is paged on the time when genuine and authentic pending bills of the County Assembly are
Just
made.
interpolate the last paragraph. You passed a resolution that money for the county development fund should not be sent to the assembly, correct? To the government of Wajir.
With regard to genuine and authentic pending bills, yes.
Which were the genuine and authentic bills?
The genuine and authentic pending bills, there were bills that were submitted to the Controller of Budget in the financial year 18-19 at a cost of 2.6 billion by the government. The county
Honorable
government.
Dahil, with the resolution of the assembly, would the assembly function in terms of development record and paying pending bills? Yes or no?
The Assembly?
Would the county government function without the development fund?
No.
Would the county government pay pending bills?
Huh? Come up again, please.
Would the county government pay pending bills?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Dahil, I take you to paragraph 23 of your motion. Are you there? Of your affidavit, sorry. You have also deponed that in the capacity of that ad hoc committee, you summoned the CEC Finance, correct?
Yes, we summoned the CEC Finance.
And you have annexed two annexures as correspondences or summons to the CEC Finance, correct?
Yes.
And your annexures are at page 12, honorable members.
Page 10.
Annexure number MIM6.
MI05.
MIM05 and
Yes.
MIM06, correct?
Yes.
Now, the annexure that, or the letter dated 26th November 2019 is alleged to have been summoning the CEC Finance, correct?
Correct.
Was it received by the CEC Finance?
Yes, it was received by the CEC Finance.
Is it received, the copy that you have forwarded to this committee, is it received by the department or the CEC Finance?
For this one, no, it was not received,
It was not received.
but the CEC could not appear, could not have
Honorable.
been found. But he
Honor-
has received the second one,
Honorable
which
Dahil.
is 06.
The one marked annexure MIM06, is it received by the CEC Finance?
Yes, on his behalf.
When was it received?
On the same date, 5th of December 2019.
Now, in the event that the CEC refused to appear before your committee, what other powers do the Assembly have in respect of the CEC Finance?
In the event that the CEC does not appear, we have powers to write to him 3 times according to the standing orders.
What other
And
power?
the final one is to carry out, to bring him on board through the speaker. We write a summon. We write a summon and we get hold of him. However, this has not gone up to that decision.
What are the
He has
final?
refused to accept the first one. The
Honorable-
second one
Honorable
he
Dahil,
came.
Honorable Dahil, what are the final powers of the Assembly in respect to a CEC?
To summon the CEC is the final power.
Do you have powers to impeach a CEC?
Yes, we have the powers to impeach a CEC.
Did you undertake that route or avenue?
Not for this CEC.
Not
However,
for
the
this
County
CEC.
Assembly has done for another CEC.
Now, Annexure 007, you had made reference to Annexure 007, correct?
Let me go there.
At page 13,
007.
honorable members.
Yes.
What is that document?
That document is the one supplied by CEC, the then CEC for Finance,
What is a
which has got his signature at the end, has got a stamp of the
Mr. Dahir?
CEC himself.
the CEC as a committee member or a cabinet member for the county government of Wajir? Does he just forward a document without a forwarding letter? Is there a forwarding letter to this? Yes or no?
He appeared before the
Is
committee.
there a forwarding letter?
He appeared before the committee.
Is there a forwarding letter for this document?
Not forwarding, however, he appeared before the committee and he brought it. And that is the reason why it is signed off by
Where is
him.
it? Where is
on-
it signed off?
Signed off by him on 12th December 2019 at the page 46. I think you can refer it there also. And this is a genuine document that we received from the CEC.
Who was the CEC then?
Abdi Hakim below.
Now, this was a summon to the CEC Finance and not the governor, correct?
Correct?
You have also deponed that at paragraph 31 of your affidavit that the committee made observations. Have you shared with us a report that of the committee duly adopted by the assembly? Yes or no?
Yes, adopted by the committee, ad hoc committee, which was as a result of the assembly's approval.
Has it been adopted by the assembly?
On behalf of the assembly, it has been adopted by the committee on ad hoc.
The committee, the ad hoc committee.
Yes.
As I wind up with you, I wish to take you to paragraph 32 of your affidavit. You have mentioned the issue of procurement, that it was done through single sourcing, correct?
Yes, I mentioned.
You have mentioned that procurement is done through single sourcing,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
Have you shown any evidence?
The evidence, you can go through the report submitted by the CEC Abdi Hakim below.
Are you aware that there is a procedure of dispute under the Public Procurement Asset and Disposal Act?
Yes.
Are you aware of the review board under that act?
Come up again.
Are you aware of the board, the review board?
Yes, there is a review board.
Have you attached any complaint in respect to any procurement procedures of Wajir County?
It is part of
Have
the
you attached?
It is part of the recommendation of the
Have
ad
you
hoc
attached
committee.
any complaint from that board?
It's a part of ad hoc committee report.
In respect of this averment, have you attached any complaint to that board?
No, the report was to be submitted to the assembly for it to be adopted, and that complaint that is a part of the recommendation of the report.
Thank you, honorable member. Go with me to paragraph 36. You have deponed extensively about the debt management strategy, correct?
Yes.
And your allegation is that the governor or the county government of Wajir does not have a debt management strategy.
Yes. The county government does not have debt management strategy.
Is that evidence on oath and on your statement and on your affidavit?
On my statement, this is an affidavit that I swore on oath.
Do you have any documents to show to that effect?
It is a public document, and with regard to control of budget,
So,
and
honorable member, if it's a public document, do you have it with you?
it's not part of my affidavit,
It's not part of
but
your affidavit.
this is what I swore as the person who have sworn in this affidavit.
Now, go with me to paragraph 37.
Okay, I'm there.
You have indicated that some officers lack the capacity and they do not understand their roles.
Yes, it is indicated that there was a capacity gap.
may I find out from you who are these officers?
The officers are starting from the chief officers themselves, the CECs,
The chief
and
officers,
the procurement officers.
and the procurement officers.
Yes.
Who are appointed by the County Public Service Board. Correct?
Were appointed by the County Public Service Board, but these are political employees. Some of them, the CECs and the chief officers, are political employees done by His Excellency the Governor.
Mr. Dahir, CEOs, procurement officers are appointed by the County Public Service Board. Correct?
Like it or not, the CEC takes the blame.
Just respond to my question.
Who is a political employee of the
They are
Governor?
appointed by the County Public Service Board. Correct?
Correct?
Which is a statutory body.
Yes.
Which body conducts interviews and calls for applications.
But the accountability matters through His Excellency the Governor.
In respect of the CECs, they are appointed by the governor.
Yes.
Correct? With approval of the assembly.
With approval of the
Are
Assembly.
you a member of the assembly?
Yes, I'm the member of the Assembly.
You participated in the approval.
Yes, I
You
participated in the
approved
Assembly.
someone who is not qualified.
Now, there was change.
Did you?
There was change of members of
approved-
the Finance Committee.
Mr. Dahir, you approved people who are not qualified.
There was change of the CECs from different departments to departments. And the capacity that we are talking about here, the CEC serving by then was an educationist who did not have the capacity of being a finance person.
Honorable Dahir, there is a question we are not able to record. There is a question put to you whether the assembly approved the people. So we want to know, were they approved or they got in without approval?
They were approved,
Okay,
but
thank you.
on the capacities in which the Assembly has approved is different by then.
That's all, Your Honor. I pass it to my learned senior, Mr. Ndego.
I'll just give you the last affidavit. This witness had two affidavits. Affidavit CA, very fast, Chair.
So, Council,
I will work within 10 minutes.
thank you.
Which
CA,
affidavit?
CA, and you move with me to paragraph 9.
Both are CA. Which
Yes.
CA?
I presume CA1, Council?
CA1. And you kindly cooperate so that
Do you have
we
it,
save
Honorable
time.
Dahir? CA1.
I'm there.
Thank you.
Paragraph 8 before, what did you want to achieve with that, witness? And kindly don't answer questions that I have not put to you. What did you want to achieve with that paragraph?
I wanted to achieve in this paragraph, and I quote that before I delve into the complaints.
Just-
the complaints presented here were
Witness,
about the
I am
issues
dealing with
of the
paragraph
universal
8.
healthcare staffs.
Listen, I know you can talk very fast. We are not in a talking competition.
This was my affidavit, which
We are
I
dealing
swore.
with paragraph 8. Before I delve into the complaint, it is instructive to note that the sum of 2.4 billion was allocated over the said financial year is 22% of the county budget. The percentage exceeding 20 requirement and under the universal health coverage. Yes?
Yes.
So the governor or the county government allocated 22% instead of 20%. Yes?
Yes.
Was the county assembly involved in the allocation?
It has approved.
Was
has
it involved?
approved. It is involved because
Okay, were you
it is
present during
involved
that
because it is a county assembly that
Witness,
approves the budget
Listen
from
to
the,
the listen to the next question. Were you involved? Yes?
personally.
The county assembly.
Yes, the county
Good.
assembly is involved
Paragraph
with the budget.
9. What did you want to achieve? It is your allegation that the governor and his cronies have managed to squander all the monies, and they did not spare a dime even during the time the country was facing COVID-29. Yes?
Yes.
How much was squandered?
And the match which
How much was squandered?
the match which was squandered with regard to COVID-19 is
No,
almost
I'm asking.
167,000.
You
67
have
million.
alleged he has managed all the monies, not in respect to particular monies.
The money has been squandered, and there was nothing
So,
to show off.
How
because
much
of
has been squandered?
Because of the deplorable states of our health facilities.
We shall come to that. I'm asking how much.
For COVID-19,
No, no.
167 million Kenya shillings.
Witness, I have 10 minutes to deal with you. Please
It's okay.
cooperate with my questions. I'm asking, it is your government that all the monies allocated for health has been squandered. How much?
I can tell you a coin allocated to serve the people of Wajir, which has been squandered,
Chair,
means
would this witness
money is
cooperate?
squandered by the government.
Chair, would this witness cooperate so that he understands the business in which you are engaged in? Someone's political career is at stake, courtesy of your evidence.
I believe, and
So
this is
kindly
what I
answer the
saw in.
question that I'm putting to you. How much was squandered?
I said these are 2 points. One point is with regard to COVID-19, and another point is with regard to
Okay,
the
so
other
how
money
much,
meant for.
in regard to the first question I'm putting, how much?
If you have a figure, you tell us this much has been squandered so that we also have the benefit of knowing.
Chairman, there is no exact figure. However, a
good.
coin
We
which
move
have
on.
been
You've answered.
mismanaged
Okay.
is
You
the money for
speak
Wajir
about
account.
the governor's
Okay,
cronies.
very well.
You speak about the governor's cronies. Who are these cronies?
The governor's cronies are the people whom he has entrusted to serve him.
Are they faceless?
They have faces.
They are faceless or they have faces?
They have faces.
Good. Would you name them for
No,
the
I
committee?
will not name them.
Yes?
I will not name them.
Why would you
Because
not name them?
it is known, because the finance
Listen,
department,
why would you not name these individuals?
the finance department is managed under.
Sorry, I may not pronounce your name correctly. Pardon me if I don't. Abdirahman. Why would you not name these persons if you are interested in protecting public finance?
Naming them with regard to how money has been spent has been talked or have been delved much by the previous witnesses.
It's you on the dock. Why would you not name them?
It's me on the dock, and I said that under the capacity of the leadership of the governor, those who
Okay.
are under him, this money have been spent
Upon this,
on that way.
upon learning this mismanagement of public funds, as a diligent public officer, duly sworn to protect the same, did you record any complaint with any organ responsible for overseeing this?
There are a good number of statements. The
No,
county
I'm
assembly,
asking,
the
did you not?
The county assembly is one of the authorities entrusted to
Mr.
safeguard
Dahir,
the public
Mr.
resources.
Dahir, it's not the county assembly testifying. It is you testifying on their behalf. Did you record any complaint either with the EACC, the DCI, or any other organ?
At my level, at the county
Good.
assembly, there were statements with regard to how money were used. And the county assembly
I'm
was
not
to oversight
asking
the executive
statements.
on that.
I'm not asking expenditures. I'm asking theft of these monies. Did you record any complaint in that regard?
Through expenditure programs, that is where thieves are and money is squandered.
Excuse me, Honorable Dahir. You can make life very easy for the committee. The question is very simple. Did you record a complaint to any of the investigative agencies? If it's yes, you say yes. If it's no, no. I don't think you have committed any crime if you did not, and if you did, you have not committed a crime either.
Mr. Chairman, not at my own personal level, but I think it's
No, you've
known
answered
to,
the question. Let's go
it's
to
known
paragraph
to the
10.
larger public that Wajir
Paragraph
County
10,
government
Mr.
has been
Dahir.
raided by EACC for quite some time,
I'm
just
satisfied with
because
the
of the
answer.
money squandered.
I am satisfied with the answer that you have not. Paragraph 10, what did you want to achieve? You allege that the Wajir health system is at its worst since independence, yes?
Yes.
What were the comparative parameters during independence and now?
The comparative
Parameters.
that we use,
Yes, during independence.
among them is the public
moment.
outcry that
Mr. Dahir.
exists currently.
Mr. Dahir.
I don't want to refer.
Listen.
During independence, I was not there.
Okay, you have answered.
But I don't want to refer that there is a public outcry as we speak currently. And a good number of health facilities have been,
Mr.
are
Dahir.
not functional.
Mr.
And I
Dahir,
remember,
have not yet put another question to you. Kindly listen to me. Kindly confirm that you do not have any evidence as to how the state was during independence, yes?
according to reports, not an evidence that I was there,
Okay.
according to reports.
And you're not able to say whether there is improvement of the public health since then to now.
When my
You are not there.
electorates, when my electorates are on complaints day in,
Listen.
day out, as I represent them at the county assembly, that is the time when I will say that challenges are.
So this
and
information
health facility is not done.
about the state of health during independence, is it matters that are within your own knowledge or matters conveyed to you by your electorates?
Matters within my own knowledge and
Good.
as well
We
those
move on.
that I received from my
Paragraph,
electorates.
paragraph 11, what did you want to achieve? Yes?
Paragraph 11,
Yes?
with regard to complaints and petitions served by the people of Abaswein to the county assembly of Wajir,
Yes, what did you want to achieve?
to correct the mess, the menace that was existing in the Department of Public Health
What
and Medical
mess
Services.
was existing at this hospital called Habaswein Sub-County Referral Hospital?
Yes.
Who dragged it into crisis?
Huh?
Who dragged this sub-county hospital into crisis? Is it the governor?
Under his leadership role,
No. Who dragged it into crisis?
the CEC under the leadership
Yes.
of the governor.
Is the CEC the superintendent of that hospital?
No, he mans the
Good.
department.
What crisis
And the governor
in
mans
particular?
the responsibility of the CEC.
What crisis are you referring to?
It's found there that the casual workers have not been paid. They have downed their tools.
Only the casual workers.
Not
Yes.
only that, you can
Listen,
you can
listen,
you can
my-
you can see
Mohamed.
the attachment there, page 5 to 14.
Dahir, only the crisis revolving casual workers. Yes?
Go through the page
No,
5 to 14. It's not only the
Listen.
casual workers.
So
This
what
has got a
nature-
support document.
What descriptive and concrete nature, concise, was the crisis? Was it about the employees? What crisis was it? So that the committee can understand.
The crisis of not paying the casual workers their
Oh,
dues,
good.
one, about staffing, and about the poor working conditions the health staff were in Habaswein Sub-County Referral Hospital.
Where did you get the information of the poor working conditions?
I represent them at the County Assembly of Wajir as their representative. I have their things at my fingertips.
How did you establish about the poor working conditions?
By visiting the hospital,
By visiting.
yes.
And I hope and understand that you're a health officer fully qualified, yes?
I'm not a health officer.
What is
I
your-
represent them.
What is your qualification?
My qualification, I hold a master's degree in strategic management.
Strategic management.
Yes.
You think it plays a role in the hospital management?
I
You
do
think-
represent them. So I have to
I'm
visit,
not
make a
asking
visit
about
and
the
see.
representation. I know you represent them. I am asking your qualifications plays a role in evaluating the nature and the status of a hospital?
Yes, because of being representing them at the county assembly.
Did you generate a report subsequent to your visit?
Yes.
Where is the report?
Go through the petition
No.
itself.
Lead us to where you've annexed the alleged report of the visit.
And go through page 16 to 20,
Yes,
which
lead
is a
us.
petition of the county assembly.
You know, I am on
Through
paragraph
me.
11, and I am dealing with a report generated by a statistician. That's what we are dealing with.
A report.
Where is the report? Did you generate a report, yes or no?
On my representative, on being
No, I know your
on being the representative,
This
I-
committee understands your capacity. We are not interested in your capacity. We are interested at the execution of this task.
I do
Did you?
it. I do it through statements, through petitions at the
Did you
county, at the
generate a
floor of the
report of
county
the
assembly.
crisis? Move to number 12. What did you want to achieve? Yes?
Go to its annexure. I believe that annexure has
You are
got,
saying as a result of the public outcry for my constituents, the members of the public petitioned the county assembly over the deplorable status of that hospital. Yes?
yes,
When was this report? The petition?
the petition, yes,
When was it? Which date?
dated 8th April 2021.
2021.
Yes.
8th April 2021. Yes?
Yes.
When were this crisis?
Crises have been occurring
They have been
year
occurring.
in, year out.
Good. They have been occurring. When did you commence the process, or when did you conceive the process of the impeachment of the governor?
Towards the end of April.
Towards the end of April. So this was in preparation of that malice, yes?
No.
Good. We move
no,
on to paragraph
because
14. Address me on paragraph 14, Mr. Witness.
On paragraph 13,
Yes?
it's talking about
A petition, correct?
not a petition.
Yes.
This was a statement.
Yes? You are saying this petition was tabled before the county assembly on
And
4th.
Council,
That is an oversight. This was a
should be
statement.
winding up.
I only have about 3-4 questions.
That was a statement, your senior counsel.
You know, if you address me as senior counsel in the presence of senior counsel Mohamed Nasil and the chair, you will be in contempt.
Then counsel.
Kindly. Sir.
Proceed.
Address
You know,
me.
it's good to spice the proceedings with some humor, you know.
Address me. Address me on paragraph 14. You are speaking about a petition. Yes?
Yes.
And you're
Paragraph
saying
14,
that it
there
was
was a
tabled
petition.
before. Are you saying it was a misconception of facts? Are you saying it was a misconception of facts?
No, the date. This is an oversight on the date.
I'm asking, did you say it was a misconception?
No, I'm not saying it was a misconception.
Okay, so where is this petition if you're not misconceived?
The petition is the same as the petition that was petitioned
Okay.
by the Sub-County Referral Hospital of
What
Abaswai.
action was taken by the county assembly?
Yes, it was taken by the County Assembly.
What action was taken?
It was tabled
Yes?
and it was handed over to the Committee on Health
Was
and
there
Medical
a report
Services.
that was generated following that filing?
Not yet.
So
but
it is matter that is pending
but
before the
preliminary report are that when they visited,
A moment.
they
a moment.
affirmed on the
Dahir.
issue that was there.
Dahir. So these are matters pending before the county assembly, correct?
Correct, but
Good.
preliminary
We move on
reports
to
are there.
paragraph 18. Address me. Paragraph 18. You are saying that
on the death of
the county lost its longest serving and most dedicated member, yes?
yes,
May his soul rest in eternal peace. But how was the governor involved?
the governor was involved in the misuse of the COVID the money that was set aside to prepare the county to combat the COVID-19 disease.
So you want to involve the governor in a force majeure issue?
Though it's a point that I swore,
Do you sympathize with the family of the deceased?
I do sympathize with the family of the deceased, and that is the reason why we had an ad hoc committee to investigate on his death.
So what was the finding of that ad hoc committee? Did that ad hoc committee attribute the death of this officer to the governor?
They gave out a report on the mismanagement of the processes of
Now-
combating the COVID-19.
Now that you are a master's holder, I'm also thinking that you're conversant with what is happening in India, yes?
Yes,
You understand that the pandemic has hit them hard?
yes,
Do you attribute that to Prime Minister Modi?
yes, to some extent.
Okay. Move with me finally to paragraph 23 and 28 and 29. Paragraph 23, what did you want to achieve? Yes?
Paragraph 23,
Yes.
on how the government will seek emergency funds to tackle the crisis of the COVID-19.
Yes. So what is the fault that you attribute to the governor in that respect?
The governor, with regard to emergency funds, how it is going to be withdrawn
Yes.
from the county coffers without the approval of the county assembly.
Does the
And
governor
the governor, under his leadership role,
a moment,
the
is the
CEC
governor a signatory to this emergency fund?
no, but he takes leadership role of all his officers.
We shall come to that. Is he a signatory?
No,
Who
he
is
takes the
responsible
leadership
for
role.
the withdrawal, the banking, or whatever? Who is responsible?
The CECs.
The CC. What about paragraph 28, 29, 24? Witness, very fast, before I take it to paragraph 28. What do you want to achieve?
On the supplementary budget,
Yes?
where the county government, the county assembly approved 194 million for the county executive
Yes?
to combat the COVID-19 menace.
Yes?
On the way the money has been used.
Yes? Where is the report on how the money has been used?
And go to, we have got a special audit report.
You want to allege that there was misuse, correct?
A special audit, and on the special audit report from the Auditor General.
Have you attached it here?
It's a public document, and I can be able to
Have
provide
you attached that document?
Not attached, but it's a public document.
Are you
which can be
aware?
provided.
Are you aware that this Senate is dealing with those matters currently?
Yes, I'm aware.
Good. Did you attend the meeting for the 5th of May?
I was
2021?
not invited to attend.
Are you aware it was taking place?
I was aware that it
Good.
was taking place.
28 and 27. 27, there's a paragraph, there's a table there, yes? There's a table that you have structured, correct?
Yes.
One appearing as number 6, yes? Pedley, just very fast, what does this table want to capture?
This table is a summary table tabulated from the special audit by the Auditor General.
Yeah.
And therefore, the money
So this
which was set aside
this
for...
table is an extract from the Auditor General's report, correct?
Yes.
Good. 28.
That the county government ought to have in place an approved work plan, budget and procurement plan that indicates how each of the funds were to be used for prevention and mitigation of COVID-19.
Is it the sole responsibility of the governor to generate plans, budgets, and procurement plans?
Under his leadership,
I'm not asking about
under
his
his leadership, still,
I'm asking, is it his sole responsibility? And I hope as a master's holder you understand the word sole.
under his leadership,
Do you or do you not
where
understand the word
where
sole?
the CECs sit in the cabinet,
There
it
is.
is their responsibility.
I'm just about to conclude with you, but not before you tell us whether you understand the word soul. Do you or do you not?
He is not the sole, but he
Good.
supervises those elements.
Paragraph 41.
Should be winding up,
This will
Council.
be my last paragraph.
Okay.
Sorry, my last question. Paragraph 41.
I'm there.
What do you want to achieve?
That the money which was disbursed by the national government,
Yeah, just read out paragraph 41
the
in
funds,
its entirety.
the funds were disbursed by the national government to the county government, citing urgency to deal with COVID-19 pandemic, and therefore failure by the CEC to invoke section
Up to there.
135(1) of the Public Finance Management Act 2012
I'm
to utilize the
satisfied.
funds implies that the funds were sent to the county government.
I'm satisfied with that. Whose failure, according to your testimony?
By the CEC,
By the CEC. Is the governor
under the
CEC?
capacity of being an employee of the
Is the
county
governor
government.
the CEC?
The CEC,
I'm asking.
the governor has got the leadership role.
I'm asking, is the governor the CEC?
I believe that
No,
this
not
is
what
done.
you believe. I
believe and I saw that this is done in the
want
cabinet
you to
meetings where the
testify-
governor chairs.
I want you to testify on what you know, not what you believe. We all have different beliefs.
I have driven my point there, but it is the CEC.
Is the CEC's failure, correct? Did you take any action following that failure?
Which has brought us to this
Did you
session.
take any action?
The action has brought us to this session.
I want to take you to the last page, the jurat. Yes, the last page,
Which page?
the last one on your affidavit, where we have the stamp. You're able to see this?
Yes.
You say who you appeared before a commissioner for oath called Dunstan Omari.
Yes, I appeared.
When did you appear?
On 11th May.
Where did you appear?
In Nairobi.
Where exactly in Nairobi?
In Nairobi at his office.
Where? Where is the office located?
In Nairobi at his office.
Where is the office located?
I think you can find for yourself that office where it is.
Chair, I would have to have that question answered. And the purpose of the question has legal merits.
I think he
Where
knows.
did you appear, witness?
I think you know where this office is there, so it's better. I think you can find for yourself.
I think the question is, where did you appear when you took oath? The council wants to know where the office is.
I think, Chairman, if you will be asked on the governor's office, you will obviously say the governor's office, and everyone will be able to know that the governor's office is in Wajir. So I believe that this office is known to him.
Do I take it that you never appeared before a commissioner for oath? And would you...
I have my signature there, and that one affirms and confirms that I appeared before him.
Where is this farm located in Nairobi?
I think you can, for that one, you can be able to find for yourself where it is.
The Honorable Hussein Abdurrahman Dahir. It's a very simple exercise. When you are asked a question, you respond. If you respond to a question through another question,
but Mr.
we'll
Chairman,
stay here the whole day. The question is very simple, and we just want to record. These questions are recorded. You are being asked. You appeared before. It's called the Dunstan Omari, Advocate Commissioner for Oaths. So if I understand the question, he's asking, where is the office of Dunstan Omari? It's a very simple question.
Mr. Chairman, I mentioned in Nairobi, and that is a location itself. Nairobi is a location itself, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I think I've answered this question very well, and I need your protection from there. I met him on person. Personal description, I cannot go in, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me that.
Counsel. Senior Counsel Nasir, any re-examination?
I think first, can my learned friend withdraw his last statement? It is unbecoming for counsel what he has described. I mean, he can cross-examine, but I think his last word, when he says that the witness has nothing to avert but his lies. Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Counsel, maybe
You can't make that judgment.
Mr. Chairman, I do not...
Counsel, can you just repeat what you said? So that
I said, Mr. Chairman, that the witness has nothing more useful to offer other than his lies captured in his purported affidavit by the failure to him to identify the commissioner means that this question is an
I
issue.
think the best way to say is you put it to him, then he either agrees or denies.
I will be guided by the wisdom of senior
You can't
counsel.
do it as a concluding remark, but you can put it, then he has an opportunity to agree with you or refuse to agree with you.
I will be guided by the wisdom of the two senior counsel. I'm still learning the rope.
Yeah, so can you put your question properly?
Mr. Witness, do you feel that you have anything more useful to offer to save the sinking ship?
I think your previous item
Do you
summarizes
think,
everything.
I'm just asking you a question. Do you think, yes or no?
Yes.
Good. You'll have another bite of the cherry next time.
Senior counsel?
Yes, slightly taken back by that rhetoric. But I will ask you, I'll ask one question, Mr. Chairman. Now, Mr. Dahir, you have two affidavits. You have two affidavits before the committee. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm there with you.
Yes, you have two affidavits.
Yes.
One of them basically talks about the health sector, the other one talks about pending bills. And my learned friend was asking you a lot of questions about the many problems of Wajir, a lot of accountability, a lot of lack of development, failing health care, lack of even water. Whom do you blame for the problems of Wajir, and why do you blame?
Through the chairman, I blame His Excellency the Governor.
And why?
Because he had to take the leadership role of everything going on, because the 756,000 people of Wajir County, responsibilities are on his shoulders. That is the reason why I blame His Excellency the Governor.
Any other person you blame?
Not at all.
Thank you very much. That's all.
Okay, we'll invite the honorable senators if they have any questions for you to clarify. They can ask now. Any senator who wants any clarification? Senator Linturi.
Chairman, thank you for this opportunity. I want to be as brief as possible. During cross-examination, the witness indicated that he participated in the approval of the CECs, and we understand the responsibilities given to the CECs by law, and specifically Section 5 of the County Government Act, you remember well, requires of any CEC to have experience maybe of 5 years and competent and with a degree from a recognized university and the expertise to run the department that he or she is being appointed to. Now, this begs the question, Chairman, because there was a mention that yes, they didn't participate in the approval of the officers, but later, I don't know whether there was a reshuffle or whatever it is, but they alluded to the fact that the subsequent office holders, like, were not vetted, or the assembly did not participate. That is the clarity, Chair, I am seeking.
Thank you. Through the chairman. Chairman, first of all, when the CECs are being approved at the county assembly, it's known that the majority have their way, their say, and the minority have their way. Sorry, majority have their way. And that might be the reason why I might have voted otherwise, Chairman. One is that one. Secondly, is that there were different kinds of reshuffles for that department, as was explained by my previous colleagues. So that is as well another reason on the incompetence of the then CEC in that docket.
Senator Linturi, I think he has answered. He says the vetting took place, and the way he was not satisfied, he voted against. But the majority carried their day. But you heard your say.
Yes.
Okay.
Similarly, the way this committee will be working on.
Thank you. Any other senator? Any senator who has any question for Dahir? Seems there is. You have another question? Okay, Senator Linturi.
You know, I don't want people to take or make a joke of these proceedings and the time we commit in trying to gather as much information as is possible, because this process is a serious process, and out of the exercise we are doing, we will be in one or another trying to develop the law, especially in terms of impeachments, because it's really quite a new phenomenon. So, Mr. Dahir, the question I am raising is, you know, when you come to give evidence, and the evidence is given by way of an affidavit, sworn, signed by you and commissioned by a commissioner oath, and why we are being examined is to test the veracity of your statements, of your evidence. Why do you find it difficult to explain where Mr. Omari's office is if at all you appeared before him, because I don't have to any doubt that you never appeared before him, or tell us I didn't appear before him, or probably we sent somebody, and I agreed with the statements as was given.
Mr. Chairman, I think my appearance before that advocate has been summed up by my signature on the affidavit I saw in, and that was the statement that I mentioned during cross-examination. And there is a stamp indicating where the person is, where the main, it's habitual, where it's habitual. I think that one sums my previous statement on that.
Senator Linturi, are you satisfied with the answer? Okay. Senator Were?
Honorable Dahir, is it your first time in Nairobi, or you have been to Nairobi before?
Not my first time in Nairobi.
So you know Nairobi?
Yes.
You can tell where the city center is, where Kariako is, where
Yes.
Langata
Not
is?
all the places, but those as you mentioned, I know.
So in the one place that you signed this affidavit, where was it in Nairobi?
Somewhere at Langata Road. Sorry, Lenana Road.
Lenana Road?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So we record that you appeared before Danson Omari in his offices along Lenana Road.
Yes.
That is question. Okay, seems there is none. Then you are released.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, that closes the case for the county assembly of Wajir.
Okay, thank you. So we now move on to the governor's case. And I did promise that I'll give an update on the ruling we made yesterday. Yesterday, on the request of Senior Councilman Nasir Abdullahi, we issued summons against Osman Abdi Jamal, invoking the provisions of Standing Order number 9 of the 5th schedule, Article 125 of the Constitution, and the provisions of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act. I've gotten an update from the Office of the Clerk that the summons were duly issued yesterday, but as up to midday today, they have not been able to trace Osman Abdi Jamali. So they have continued and have intensified efforts to trace him and effect summons. As soon as I get any other update, I'll issue a communication to this special committee. Thank you. So, Governor, you can open your case by calling your first witness.
We're ready to call the first witness, and the first witness will be the county secretary. The county secretary.
Yeah, you can take the witness, Doc. Can the witness be sworn? You want to be sworn or you want to affirm?
Yes.
Do you want to be sworn or you want to affirm?
I want to be sworn.
Okay, the Quran is there.
This thing was not sanitized. It was. And it's removed.
You can proceed.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I, Abdullah Hassan Maalim, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this special committee in respect of the matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Good morning, Mr. Abdullahi Hassan Maalim.
Good afternoon, Council.
Would you kindly just give a description about yourself?
Thank you so much, Council, and with the permission of the Chair, I will wish to open with a verse of the Holy Quran. I'm a Muslim. It talks about Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa halul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. It just translates to mean, oh my Lord, open my chest for me and make my task easy for me and make loose the knot from my tongue so that they understand my speech. I want you to understand my submissions, and I'm very willing to really give the truth and nothing but the truth as a Muslim. Number two, I'm the County Secretary Wajir, the Acting County Secretary Wajir.
Your full name, sir?
Abdullah Hassan Maalim is my name.
Abdullah Hassan. Council, where is his affidavit?
It's contained in this file.
No, you brought boxes of files. You need to guide us. So, you know, senators, honorable senators, you now look for the executive boxes files. We were dealing with the county assembly. Now they are marked the... Okay. Is it marked? It's marked witness statement, but not numbered. It's not numbered. Are we together? There are so many. You'll bear with us as we are trying to sift through to pick your file. You are there, senators? Are you there? Okay, you can proceed.
The document appearing on the first page of that file.
Okay, we can proceed, Council.
And that's
We start by the commitment of yesterday. You had said how many minutes?
We said 30 minutes, Chairman.
Okay.
Honorable members, through the chair, that's the only file containing all the statements from the witnesses. So even subsequently, you'll also be referring to the same file. And the next years will be provided because they're also contained in different files. We have arranged our case in a manner that each witness testifies to the issues, and the issue contained in the motion are contained in different files. So they'll be supplied through the kindness of the chair. Abdullahi Hassan, kindly tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much, Council.
In that question, address your background, your education background, and your current status.
Thank you so much. I'm Abdullah Hassan Maalim, the Acting County Secretary, County Government of Wajir. I'm a career civil servant. I've been working for the last 20 years. In terms of my education, I have masters in education, leadership and policy. I've been a teacher, a principal, and served in the county government of Wajir from the onset to date. Thank you.
When you say you have served in the county of Wajir from the onset to date, what does that mean?
From the first cycle, that is from 2013 December up to now, where I served in various positions, from a chief of SAR to currently the acting county secretary.
Where were you attached? Which organ?
I started with being a chief of SAR roads, moved to education, public health, short stint of being a deputy county secretary, and I'm now the acting county secretary of the county government of Wajir. Thank you.
So have you recorded a statement to once defending the governor?
Yes, as the head of the county public service, when I saw...
When did you record the statement?
I recorded that statement. If you see at my statement, it is on 19th.
Abdi, you'd wish to rely on the content of this affidavit, statement?
Okay.
You wish to rely on the content?
Yes, yes. I wish to rely on the content of this statement.
Are you aware of the charges facing the governor?
Yes, I'm very much aware.
Are you aware of the consequences in the event this Senate finds him culpable?
Yes, I'm aware of it.
So you understand the weight on your shoulders, yes?
Very well, very well.
I'll take you issue by issue very fast. I want you to address issue number 1. What was the allegation?
Okay. There's this allegation on the abuse of power.
Yes.
And authority.
Yes.
Where the governor is being alleged that he has abused his power by reshuffling the chief of staff finance 6 times.
Yes.
And in my knowledge as the head of the public service, as a coordinator of the county government affairs, I'm aware the reshuffles done were only 4.
Yes.
And if you look at section 45.5 of the County Government Act, it expressly gives the governor the mandate of reassigning his chief of SAS, and there are no restrictions on the number of reassignments His Excellency the governor can do. So, as the head of the public service, as being the procedural advisor of the governor, I see nothing abnormal in that.
Is the governor supposed to seek anybody's approval before the reshuffles?
No, no. As much as we give the advices and he feels in his own wisdom that the reshuffles will improve service delivery, as per Article 175B of the Constitution of Kenya, the governor has a mandate to expressly do so.
You heard the witness testifying, the PW1 who testified. He alleged that the purpose for which the reshuffles were done was to make sure that there is no accountability and there is no institutional memory. What's your evidence towards that?
I think so. I said earlier, and I want to reiterate that the governor had not made any mistakes. In the event the reshuffles were done in bad faith, there were routes for or avenues for grievances and redress. Any of those chief of SAS who are reassigned have never registered any complaints with any competent court of law or any other places. So to me, I see it as a normal reassignment and an administrative action to at least improve service delivery.
It was alleged that the reason why these reshuffle were perpetrated was so as to create an avenue for plunder of county resources. What's your statement? Unless
proven and substantiated, I don't see it as holding any water, because I'm not aware of any of those reassignments with that kind of knowledge.
When a reshuffle occurs in the county government, does that particular officer move in that office with all the office documents, files, the new office, or there is perpetuity?
I think so. There is the issue of the perpetual succession. Governments are there to stay, and offices are in their life cycle eternal by themselves. So officers have to handle. So the person does not move with items, the normal.
So there's no loss of institutional memory, yes?
No loss at all. That's why the head of the county public service will come in when we require some important issues of capacity improvements or issues that require some mentoring.
Were these reshuffles done in malice, in pursuit of personal vendetta, or in bad faith?
I think so. We do not want to imply what each and every person can really attribute.
Were they done in
matters to.
bad faith?
They were not done in bad faith. That's why I say
Good.
there were no evidences for any court or other redress mechanisms.
You have, I want to take you to allegation number 2. Yes? You understand the question, the issue there? There is an allegation of nepotism, favorism, and other improper activities or corruption practices. The governor has allowed his wife to literally run the affairs of the county authority.
I think so. On 44 of the County Government Act really express outrightly the role of the county secretary as the secretary to the county executive committee.
Yes?
And functions of the county government are normally coordinated at that level.
Yes?
I'm not aware of the First Lady being a member of the county executive committee, and I'm not aware of any meeting that we have undertaken where she was in attendance. So I feel that is an excess.
They allege that the governor has abdicated his duties and delegated the wife to deal with the matters of the county government of Wajir.
From 2018 to
What
date,
do you say?
From 2018 to date, and I alluded earlier, as the procedural advisor, I've been close to the governor. And I believe there is no one part. We met with Her Excellency, the First Lady, on very substantive matters of the county government, in its deliberations and running. But as a social person, you might meet her elsewhere. But I want to go on record by saying that there is nowhere.
Other than her status as the First Lady of the government of Wajir, does she hold any other office that you're aware of?
There is no other office I'm aware of that she holds in Wajir.
So where do you place these allegations?
I see that allegation has been not true, and I see it as a bit far-fetched.
They say that it's an open secret that in Wajir County and far beyond its borders, that Kahira Omar is a supreme leader. Do you share in this open secret?
Statements are normally very subjective, and every person has his own right to make some statements. But I feel it as an innuendo and hot air. It's not true, and it does not have a place.
Kindly
in our
confirm
government.
whether the governor is in full control and in grip of the running of the affairs of the county government of Wajir.
The governor is the chief executive officer of the county. There is no lacuna. He is in charge. From all the reshuffles and all the executive minutes have annexed, you could see his presence. And it all means that he's in charge.
Let's go to the next allegation. Yes. The governor has been accused of usurping the powers of the County Public Service Board by appointing a person to hold the office. And they say that the governor has allowed Jeff Moria to participate in the running of the affairs of the county government. What's your take on that?
I think so this issue
Yes.
of law.
Yes.
But that aside, Jeff Mwangi was employed by on 1st November 2017, and he was advising on economic matters. His jobs and work was clearly cut as per his appointment letter. Sometimes in 7 March 2018, the county secretary then, the former
Yes.
employed him,
The former county secretary. Yes.
invoking Section 72 of the County Government Act on Deployments through a letter, Rev number.
Witness, do you have that deployment letter?
It is-
Where do we find it? Is it the one that appears as Annexure 24C?
Yes, it's the one appearing as
Honorable members, do you have?
The annexures, which is on the pocket of.
So, Council, you'll do very well if you carried members with you. You are making reference to paragraph 17.9?
We are referring to, paragraph 17.9 of the witness statement.
And where will we find that annexure?
You would find it in box labeled as 24.
Box 24.
C. It appears in this form. And it's labeled as response to the Senate on the impeachment of the Wajir County Governor, violation of Section 59 of the County Government Act by usurping the powers. It may lead you by just looking at 2.2. Yeah, it's written violation of Section 59B.
Okay, you proceed as we try to look for that particular file.
Chair, just
proceed.
Chair,
Proceed.
a point of order.
Senator Uta,
Yeah,
what's the
just
point
want
of
to
order?
register that we really need to follow what the council is
Okay,
submitting.
senators, if you have these,
We are finding it very difficult.
do you have orange box? I know there are
Chair.
so many, but we'll
Yeah,
try.
we are finding it very difficult to follow up.
There are so many orange, eh?
Yeah, there are so many, so
It is written, Senator Uta, it's written 2, Roman 1, Roman 2, and Roman 3.
Chair, will be there a better way, even giving them 5 minutes to rearrange them. I don't know, because we are really finding it hard.
Chair, what's the title of the one he's referring to?
Are we there? Are we there? Okay, proceed.
Yes.
Now, you'll get the documents by marking, not by page. So you look at the marking.
Chair.
Council,
Yes.
you know you are the one who should be guiding us.
Oh,
I'm sure.
we are looking
you're
at. Yes, Chair.
properly instructed. Eh?
Yes, Chair. We are
It
looking
will
at
make our
annex.
work easier.
Yes, Chair.
This is marked, what you are referring to is C.
Is marked as 24 C. Annexure 24C.
24CE. 4CE.
And it's County Secretary Deployment Letter as head of Accounting Service.
Senators, I hope we are together. Okay.
Witness, who executed this deployment?
The county secretary.
Go
Was
to
the,
tag H, senators, tag H. Tag H. Are we there? It will be, the tag will be
it's a letter dated 28.
H, the marking
June.
for identification, it will be 24C. We are there? Yeah. So we are referring to the letter dated 7th of March 2018. Are we there? Letter
Yeah.
of 7th March 2018. Okay, proceed.
We are looking at the letter dated 28th June 2018. It's a very fast document. It appears in this nature, Honorable Senators.
Then it's not 24C.
24.
Chair, it's not 24C.
It's not 24C.
It
Yes?
is
Sorry.
not. It's 24/9 or something.
It, 22, so 22A.
Huh?
Sorry, it's 22A. I'm well guided by my assistants.
What is the date of the letter?
28th June 2018. Is that what you have seen? What is that?
28th of June.
22A. Sorry, might be using some different marking.
Okay.
22A. Yes, 22A.
Okay, if I was to follow, that should be the first letter.
Yes, the first letter.
Now you misled us. We
I'm
were
so
looking
sorry,
at
Mr. Chair.
24C.
I'm sorry, Chair.
Okay, proceed.
I think so. Maybe our council, what has he has shown you was
Yes.
the acting appointment. It was 24.
Yes, you were looking at that letter, witness,
Yes.
dated 28th June 2018. What's the content of that letter?
The one on the acting appointment as chief of staff for
The one that
finance and
has been
audit.
offered to you. Just have a look at it.
This one, yeah. So I thought we were discussing the
No,
cases.
we are
of-
discussing the letter. Just witness.
Okay, this is an acting appointment which was given to the chief of staff for finance and audit.
Yes, that's
An indication that the governor has done his own reshuffles, and Ahmed Guhad Umar was appointed as the acting chief of staff for finance and audit. So that's why, council,
Yes.
I felt we are not discussing the right question on Jeff
we are
Moria.
discussing Jeff.
Jeff should have been 24A.
That's why.
So that is not 22, not 23.
That's-
We will have moved to 24.
Yes, that's why I indicated
So
24A.
I wanted to guide you, but it's very difficult to guide councils.
24A is the one that deals with the deployment.
Okay, so the one on the deployment is on 24.
Correct.
There is where Jeff was appointed as the economic advisor
Yes.
on 1st November 2017, and his roles are very clear on that part. That is followed by 24B, where Jeff has accepted the appointment as an economic advisor.
Yes.
Later on, he was deployed as acting head of treasury in Wajir County when the vacancy has fallen in that place.
Yeah,
And that is the letter we were on,
Yes.
where the former county secretary, Ahmed Sahal Umar, has signed for
Correct.
the deployment.
So who actuated this deployment?
The county secretary.
Was the governor involved?
He was not involved.
Would you tell us what happened or what became of Jeff Moria and the county the county secretary later? What happened to them?
Later on, unfortunately, on 26 November 2018, along with two other officers, one of them being the CEC Finance and the county secretary,
Is it the county
There were-
a moment. Is this the county secretary who had deployed him?
yes.
Good. Move on.
So they were on,
Yes.
and they were later on charged. And if you look on my statement, on 15th March 2021,
A moment, witness. There is 26.1 million irregular
Yes.
withdrawal. Yes.
so if you look at that,
Yes.
Mr. Jeff Gidinji, along with the other two, who are the CEC Finance and the county secretary, they were accused of abuse of office, and
Yes.
they were accused of misappropriation of 26.1 million.
26.1 million.
Yes.
Who had accused them?
EACC, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission.
Yes. What followed therein after?
As per the rules, once somebody is charged in a court of law, we interdict them on half pay. We did accordingly, and later on he was convicted on 15th March 2021, and the case having been determined, where they either pay a fine of 800,000 or in default they should serve a term of 4 years in prison. So once that determination was done, we have suspended them from the county government of Wajir.
You're referring to the case, the Chief Magistrate's case number 47 of 2018?
Yes, yes, I'm referring to that.
Are you able to tell us how many witnesses appeared in that case? Or are you able to recall whether there is a witness whom you know appeared before that case?
Yes, I was one of the witnesses who appeared because
Yes.
I took over immediately from him.
Yes.
So to certify and authenticate the minutes, I appeared as a witness along with His Excellency the Governor. seated here who also appeared for that
So
case.
you all appeared to testify against Jeff Moria,
To testify against not only Moria, the whole of
County
them,
Secretary,
yes,
and the,
and to put record straight as per the documentations before us.
what motivated your attendance? Were you testifying against Jeff Moria and the other two co-accused persons?
I was invited.
Just a minute. Out of malice, or were you in pursuit of the tenet of good governance?
We were in pursuit of the tenet of good governance.
Yes. What else about Jeff Moria?
So once that was done,
Was that a substantive appointment, or it was an enacting capacity?
he was substantively appointed and competitively sourced through the county assembly.
The other allegation, Public Finance Management Act failing to establish audit committee for the county. That is allegation number 18 on the statement. You're aware that the governor is facing that charge?
Yes, I'm aware.
Yes, what's your evidence?
I've seen the charge sheet from the assembly.
Yeah, very briefly, yes.
Okay, but then I would wish to know that.
Has that committee been established?
The one on the audit committee?
Yes.
The audit committee was not established, but then we have done some attempts towards establishing of the committee, and I will wish maybe to take you straight to, that is paragraph what? Which paragraph
Paragraph
is that?
18.
Paragraph 18.
Yes. And your response appears at paragraph
Yes.
19.
The county government of Wajir, through the county public service board, has done the advertisement for the vacant positions in the audit committee via a notice in the standard newspaper on 19th June, and they were circulated also in the county notice boards.
Most crucial, who is responsible of establishing this committee?
It is the county public service board,
Is the
upon
governor-
request made by the county executive committee member in charge of finance.
Is the governor responsible?
Is not.
Did he facilitate the process of the establishment? According to evidence? Did he not?
Yes,
Did he facilitate the process of the establishment of this committee?
he has done it as long as there are no hindrances which are alluded to, done by the governor. Because the board made the attempt of advertising, they also received the applications, they have also minuted as to the reasons why they could not conclude that work. So I feel the governor is not involved
What
in any way.
inhibited the establishment of that committee? Is it in advent of the governor or some other natural occurrences?
It's not the governor, it is as a result of some administrative failures arising from the applicants who are not non-responsive. 10 applicants have applied for that, and there's only 2 of them who were qualified for that positions.
Is
Yeah.
it your evidence that COVID-19 has inhibited in one way or the other the continuation of the
Yes, yes.
establishment?
Once that was done, the board made a decision in its meeting on 23rd September 2020, via their minutes, that the position be re-advertised.
And because of time, are you inviting the senators to look at Annexure 8A, B, and C?
Yes,
And D when
yes.
they retire to write their judgment?
Yes.
Or their findings?
Yes.
Allegation number 20. It appears the question of the budget forum county budget consultation process as stipulated, yes?
Similar process, the CEC, Finance and his team are expected to draw the TOR. Once they draw the TOR, we normally...
Is that process
Yeah,
ongoing?
we started the process, and
Is
we have also...
Is it work in progress?
Yes, work in progress.
Do you blame the governor for that?
No.
Has the governor put in place the necessary facilities to
Yes,
facilitate
yes,
the
he has done
procurement?
it. He has done it.
22. The governor is accused of gross violation of that section by failing to give an annual address. Yes?
I think so. The governor has given addresses, but the problem is the specificity at the venue.
Sorry, there is a small intervention here from Senator
Chair,
Issa.
Which
Yes, Senator.
file? Which file is it?
That will be found in, I don't know how to file H. Do you have H? File H. It's marked file H.
It's marked as H.
Yeah.
That's where those are affidavits, sorry, annexures are domicile.
Annexure 8 is there.
Yes. And so because of time, we are invoking the committee and pleading with them to look at that annexures when you retire to render yourself. Okay.
You proceed, Counsel.
Okay.
Okay, witness, what is contained in that file containing the annexures?
The one on H?
Yes.
Okay. The one on H, if you look at it, we have the first document.
Counsel,
which is
next time you
8A.
appear before us, you just give the senators one bound
Yes.
annexures. I can see they are really struggling to trace file H.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chair, on a point of order,
Senator
we're really
Uta.
finding it very difficult to follow
Senator
the
Uta.
council. Yeah,
You
we are
search
finding
quickly.
it very difficult to follow the council
Eh?
when he gives references
Yes.
or the appendixes. I don't know whether we need to give them a few minutes, to be able to rearrange their documentation and evidence.
I think you have gotten the files. It's
we're
much
not
late.
really
We
following.
have got,
I mean, it
we have
takes
got
us
it.
time. It takes time to be able to follow the
Yeah,
council.
we have gotten, but I think during lunchtime, we'll try and rearrange the files. But proceed.
Okay, in that file, the
Yes.
annexures are very clear.
Yes.
8A is a notice in the standard newspaper. 8B
What
is,
does that notice relate to?
it was advertisement for the vacant positions of the audit committee.
For creation of that office?
Yes.
Yes. Move on.
The next one is on the
Where was that
application
advertisement
register.
done?
That was done on 19th June.
Yes.
The next one,
19th June. Which year?
2020.
Yes. Move on.
So we had the next one where applicants have submitted the applications.
Following
and that is
the
an extract.
advertisement,
Yeah.
yes. How many
That's,
how
that's
many-
an extract of the application,
How many applicants responded?
10 of them.
Yes. Move on.
The next one is the report on the shortlisting of candidates for the position of members of the audit committee done by members of the county assembly. You could see 5 out of 7 were present.
Yes.
So they have the quorum.
Yeah.
And if you look at the minutes, towards the end, you could see they have made their report. This was the report. Once
was-
they have compiled the report, in the subsequent annexure, you will see the board has declared itself.
Yes. Drew, how did the board declare itself?
They said there are only 2 candidates who have met the preliminary requirements for the shortlist,
Yes.
and as such, the advert was deemed non-responsive.
Which document are you referring to?
The last one, which is the last annexure, it is the extract of minutes of the County Public Service Board.
When is it dated?
It is dated on 23rd September 2020.
Yes.
So-
What was the finding of that board?
Now that the advert was non-responsive, they have agreed to re-advertise, but unfortunately thereafter, interruptions arising from COVID-19 and other work exigencies
Yes.
related to the UHC, the rolling out of the UHC, universal health coverage,
Yeah.
and employment of their staff have taken a center stage, and the board will now re-advertise in the soonest time possible.
Of most fundamental is that the county government of Wajir has taken the necessary initiative to comply with the law, yes?
I can confirm that, yes.
Would you blame the governor for the failure to have that establishment?
No, no.
Yeah?
That cannot be blamed on the governor, and the board has done some steps to put in charge, and they're doing their work.
Had it not been for the unforeseeable intervening factors, would that board be in place?
Yes.
Honorable Senators, we move to the very, very last allegation. The next allegation appearing at paragraph 22.1. What is the governor being accused of?
Failure to deliver the annual state of the county address.
Yes?
And I think so. It's an issue of,
A moment, witness.
yes, it's
Honorable
an issue of
Senators,
just seeing,
Witness, a moment. For purposes of law, we have it contained in a file marked as G.
Senators, you can go to G. G. The box file marked G.
Is it?
Yes, Council. It can be testifying as we trace the box file. Proceed, Ban Account Secretary. Council.
Yes.
Proceed.
Has the governor is being accused of having violated section 30, subsection 2, paragraph K, by failing to give an annual address.
Yes.
Yes?
We have noted that, and if you look at section 32K of the County Government Act, it states that the governor shall submit to the county assembly an annual report, or the governor shall deliver an annual state of the county address containing such matters as may be specified in the county legislation.
Yes.
Now that we do not have the county legislation,
is there a county legislation stipulating how, when, and where this address shall be given?
I was going there.
Yeah,
now that we know how we don't
is
have
there?
the county legislative,
Yes.
a legislature from the county
Yes.
to state on where, how, and when to do it, we believe the governor has delivered these addresses at various locations. And if you look at my response, 23.1,
yes,
first one, I feel it is not true. Only that there were no clear-cut guidelines on how the governor should do. The governor held.
Yes.
I had also action with in Safari. Yes, and also the ward-based development project, Kenyan shillings 25 million per year, which has become an issue for our county. If you look at 23.13 on the next page, on 19th September 2020 again, the governor met with the county assembly members at the ICT hall, where they were discussing on issues to do with service delivery. And the governor has pleaded for shift of mindset on delivery of service, and also he requested the assembly to approve the draft budget that was on their desk.
Yes.
Further, that was the time there was a stalemate on the CARA, the revenue allocation formula.
Yes.
And the governor could brief the assembly that that has been resolved, and the county got an upward increase of about Kenyan shillings 929 million. So I believe the governor has made enough addresses. These are just but a sample we have picked from all that is available. The only thing is that the way the act is in the County Government Act, there are no statutory defined venue.
It's okay.
And there is no statutory stipulated format. And now that there were no county legislative to guide on that, we believe there were enough avenues where the governor has made his addresses.
Thank you, Witness. Are you aware that the governor of Kirinyaga County also faced similar charges?
Yes.
Are you aware of the verdict that was reached by this Honorable House?
I am
was
not
there, was there an indictment on the part of the governor?
No.
Should it be any different currently?
I don't expect, because this is not a constitutional obligation, but a statutory duty stipulated under Section 32K.
Thank you, Witness.
So, yeah.
I offer you and yield you to my senior client and friend, Mr. Mohamed Nasir, Senior Counsel, for cross-examination.
Yes, Senior Counsel, Mohamed Nasir. How long do you think it will take?
I think I will not be long. Maybe about 7 minutes.
Ah, good. Then we can finish with the witness before we break for lunch.
Mr. Abdullah Hassan Alim.
Counsel Ndego, you can switch off your mic. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Abdullah, I will ask you a few questions.
Okay, sir.
The first one touched on Jeff Mwaria Gilinji. I want you to look first at the letter of his appointment, 24A.
Okay, sir, I'm there.
Yes, just read for the committee the first paragraph, the one that starts with pursuant
to the fulfillment of the powers conferred to me by the Constitution of Kenya, Article 235, I hereby appoint you to the position of Economic Advisor to the with effect from 2017.
Now, do you have a copy of the Constitution with you?
I can get. I had one. If I not left it, yeah, I have it. It is here.
Just read for the committee Article 235(1).
It reads, a county government is responsible within a framework of uniform norms and standards prescribed by an act of parliament to establishing...
Just stop there.
Okay.
So the powers is given to a county government.
Yes.
And that powers can be exercised within a framework of uniform norms and standards prescribed by an act of parliament.
Yes.
And it gives the county government powers to establish and abolish office in public service.
Yes.
Or B, appointing persons to hold or act in those offices and confirming appointments.
Yes.
In the letter you read of 1st November, does the governor cite any provision of a statute?
Okay, thank you so much. I think so.
Answer my question.
Okay, it does not, the governor cites article...
Listen to me again.
Yes.
In that letter,
yes,
does the governor cite a specific provision of a statute? Yes or no? It's not a difficult question.
He is citing Article 235.
Yes, that one I know.
And on the first part is an abolition of office. And that office of the economic advisor was there. There was a precedent set by the first governor.
Please listen to me again. I will repeat my question.
Okay.
In that letter, does the governor cite a specific provision of a statute?
Unless maybe you will demystify what a statute is. I'm talking of the Article 235. I wish it would have been written maybe sub-article 1.
Okay, let me frame it like this. Okay. Does the minister in that letter cite a specific provision in an act of parliament, this parliament?
There is Article 235, subsection 1.
That one, that's the Constitution, eh?
Yes.
In addition to that,
yes,
does he cite a provision in a statute? Or
no, no, no.
Thank you. I just wanted that. Now let me take you to 20, I'm sorry, yes, 24(9).
24?
24(9), that's another letter to Jeff.
Is it 9 or G?
I think it's 9.
It cannot be 9.
24? G, eh? Okay,
yes.
Sorry. 24G.
It is sub, so it should be an alphabet.
Okay, 24G. Are you there with me? Yes, just read for me the one that starts with pursuant.
Pursuant to the fulfillment of the powers conferred to me by the Constitution of Kenya, Article 235. It's an extension. I hereby extend your appointment to the position of economic advisor for a further 1 year.
Again, does he cite any provision of a statute?
No.
Thank you very much. Now let me take you to your witness statement, and I will be very brief.
Okay.
The first one is this matter of Chief Officer Finance.
Yes.
Will you agree with me that that is a critical office in a county government?
I agree with you totally.
Because he handles money, the budget, all those issues.
He handles the budget, he handles the money for his specific department.
Yes.
It's very critical, just like the other chief officers, but this one is very sensitive.
Very sensitive.
I agree with you.
Thank you very much. Now, confirm to me the following facts I will tell you. That the first chief officer under the government of, during the tenure of Governor Mohamed was a man called Barre Idris.
Very true. The first one who we started with.
And he was removed from office on 30th July 2018.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then confirm to me that he was replaced by Ahmed Garat, who took over from him on 1st July 2018.
Very true. That's the first reassignment.
Yes.
Yes.
Then Ahmed Garat was reassigned again on October 2018.
No, I don't agree on that part.
Okay, let's
go. It is
go.
Barre to Garat, and Garat gave to another one.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm coming
but
to that.
But you said the same Garat, so I wanted to correct that semantics.
Okay, Garat Mohamed Salat took over from Grad
I agree with you totally.
on October 2016.
Yes.
Then,
That is the second reassignment.
wait.
I'm counting for you, they are not
coming.
6.
Then, Mohamed Salat Barre Idris came back to the job.
That is right. Reassignment.
Yes. So you will agree with me that there have been quite movement in terms of this chief officer of finance.
I totally agree with you. I only wanted to negate on a few heightened kind of statements.
No, we are together. You are
Yes.
saying it was 4, not 6.
Not 6.
Yes,
Good.
that I understand. Now I'll take you to the second issue. Also, this one is I'm just reconfirming what you say in paragraph 19.
Yes.
You say that you have tried, but you have not established an audit committee.
Yes.
So up to now, there is no audit committee.
Yes.
Okay.
And reasons are well displayed.
So I don't want your reasons go on. Let's go to my second issue. Also, look at paragraph 20.
Yes,
Paragraph 20. Again, it's on your own evidence. You are saying that the county of Wajir does not have a county budget and economic forum as provided for by in section 137 of the Public Finance Act.
Yes, but then the same act says
No, I'm just confirm to me.
as soon as it's practical, so we are within that
Yes.
description.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, my last question to you is paragraph 22.
Okay.
Again, you are saying, you are confirming that since inception, first you understand what is, do you understand what we mean by an annual state address? You know that there is a national one where the president of this country, I'm coming to that, wait. Do you not understand that there is a national, at the national level, His Excellency the President addresses the nation once every year.
Yes.
And he comes to Parliament to address the country on what is achieved and what he hopes the country will achieve. You are aware of that?
I'm aware of that.
Yes. Now, Section 30, subsection 2K provides for an annual state of the county address. You are aware?
Yes.
And the governor has not addressed the people of Wajir in an annual state of a county address to date.
I think so. That is arguable.
No, just please.
He has addressed. In my knowledge, he has addressed.
Can you give us a copies of that annual?
I have
state-
annexed.
First, listen to me, please.
Okay, I will.
You have a copy of an annual state of the county address, for example, for 2018.
2018?
Yes.
2018, I can give you 2 times the governor has appeared in front of the assembly.
Annual is only once. It's not many times.
I think so. What should have guided us if there were specific legislations to at least say it should be done like this, on this time, in this place. Now that there is no that specificity, I believe anywhere done by the governor, it becomes an address.
Now read article. Read section 30, subsection 2K. Read it.
I will read, and I've read severally.
Yes.
The governor shall deliver annual state of the county address containing such matters as may be specified in county legislation. Now that there were no matters specified in the county legislation, we are within our leeway, within our mandate, to at least make sure we offer the governor addresses on issues that are of substance at that time. That's why the budget was of substance at one time. That's why the ward-based development project was of substance another time. So I believe we did it like that.
Listen to me, please.
I will. I'm listening.
Now, subsection K says, deliver annual state of the county address, and I emphasize the following for your own benefit.
Okay.
Containing such matters. It is the content: agriculture, water, healthcare, education, containing such matters as may be specified in a county legislation. Okay. So it is the content that the legislation should define.
Yes.
Not the venue.
Senior Counsel, we want to buy from the rich wisdom, but I'm not seeing anywhere where venue is specified in this particular act. But if you can really, because of your many years of interactions with the acts and the laws, you can provide, we will really learn from you.
Yes,
but
thank
for
you.
now,
Thank
we
you.
are not aware of that.
Thank you. Actually, if you look at paragraph 23(1), that's
Yes.
basically you say this allegation is blatantly false, as His Excellency Governor has addressed members of the County Assembly in various locations,
Yes,
not necessarily in the County Assembly.
sure.
So he has addressed many brothers. I agree with you.
Not Baraza's specific meetings with the assembly.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
But he has not given what's called an annual county address.
It is relative how we define it,
Thank
but the jury is out to at
No,
least look at it and
thank you very much.
give more dimension to it. Thank you.
very much. I have no further questions.
Any re-examination?
This issue of the deployment of Jeff Moria, this issue of deployment, senior want to call it employment, was it made with the knowledge of the governor?
I believe the governor has only appointed him as an economic advisor. The deployment was
Upon
done.
the realization,
Yeah.
did the governor cooperate with the investigating agencies?
Yes,
Did he cooperate with the court?
yes.
There's an issue you wanted to say that you negate. Do you recall?
Maybe remind me.
It was about the 4 and 6 issues of the movements of these officers.
Yes.
What did you want to
Just
indicate?
wanted to put to perspective, as has been highlighted by our senior counsel, the reshuffles were only 4 times.
Yes.
There were not 6. And I believe Section 45(5) of the County Government Act give the governor the mandate to do so. And does not state the specific number of times the governor can reassign his chief officers.
You referred to Section 137 of the Public Finance Management Act, you recall? And you said as soon as it's practical.
Practically possible.
Yes?
Yes.
What did you mean that it is not practically possible as at that time?
To my understanding, which might be very different from any other, I feel we have put the establishment of the county budget and economic forum to motion. We started, the governor came into office 2017. By May 2021, we were through with a call for nominees. But again, issues to do with the COVID-19 pandemic has given us.
Is
to at
that
least-
the practicability of the unforeseeable situation the Act is contemplating?
Yes, yes.
Good. Thank you, witness.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Just hold on. Any senator wants to seek any clarification? Senator Petronilo Were.
Thank you, Chair. County Secretary, just a clarification. You have been acting.
Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir, maybe you can switch off your mic.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, just a clarification. You have been acting as County Secretary for 3 years. Okay, and the governor has been in power for 3.5 of those years. Why is it so difficult for you to be
I agree with
confirmed?
you. It is very inordinately long, but there was a case in court, which was just determined the other day. And immediately that was determined, the governor has confirmed my appointment, and it has been taken to the assembly. So my confirmation to the position is before the County Assembly of Wajir. So it was the court that has really made it inordinately long for it to be done.
Okay. Secondly, you say that the county government has not set up the county budget and economic forum because of COVID. So is it that this has not been set up 2020 when COVID hit, or that you have not had this from 2017? Just
I agree with
confirm
you.
for us that.
We did not have from 2017.
So it's not COVID that has prevented you
Maybe
from
the
setting
first
this
bit,
up.
but then when we wanted to start the process, as we speak, we have the concerned Department of Finance have prepared the TOR. We have made the call for the nominations. from the different non-state actors. But when we're in the process is when we saw, because of COVID, we might not proceed, and we give a lot of priority to the other. I agree with you, before the COVID, we have not done it.
Thank you.
Senator Uta.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I just wanted to ask, seek clarification from the county secretary whether Wajir County government do hold what we call cabinet meetings. And in those meetings, have they ever discussed the appointment of officers as the agenda?
We have not discussed.
Who chairs?
Thank you, our Honorable Senator. We hold very regularly cabinet meetings, and minutes are available. Some of them are even sampled into the annexures, maybe with the support of the areas. Number two, on issues to do with which appointment. If it is appointment of the County Executive Committee, I think so it's done before the County Executive Committee is constituted. But if it comes to issues of the Audit Committee, I believe the Audit Committee is to be done by the County Public Service Board in a very competitive process. We don't have a role in it.
Thank you. Senator Aligura. Thank you, Chair. There's this issue of the state of county address. The section of the law, the County Government Act, which is quoted, talks of the content of the speech or the matters to be addressed be specified in a county legislation. Are you aware of any county legislation, basically, which must have been done by the county assembly, which specifies that?
No, I'm not aware of any.
Senator Linturi.
Yeah, Chairman, yes, I have. I was trying to peruse this file, and I was just seeing the letter that was written to you by the Ethics and the Corruption Commission in regard to the judgment of the three that were convicted. So what I have not seen here is the second bench to determine the authenticity, because it's not signed at the end of at the last page, and secondly, in a copy of this judgment. That is one we will have to respond to. And finally, there is that area on failure to give the state of the county annual county address, and one you specifically try to bring out the aspect of there being no legislation to determine or to address how that should be done. Who has the responsibility? Who has the greatest responsibility to originate legislation to provide for such?
But I think so. On issues of regulations, it's a two-way. The executive can initiate, the assembly can also initiate. It is an oversight on our part. We have not initiated. These are part of the learning areas we can learn from here. On the issue of that other page, which is not there, I'm sure it's available. Within the day, we can provide. Thank you.
Okay. Any other senator? Oh, yes. Senator Gidiomi.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, we have been told that Jeff was recruited and the appointment letter was signed by the governor himself. Jeff was later interdicted on half salary, and he was accused of abuse of office. And by the time he was being accused, there was a loss of over 100 million, a substantial loss. Can we know from the witness whether this case, his case was concluded? And if it was concluded, what was the decision of the court?
The case has been concluded and determined. The accused, the three of them were charged, were convicted with either four years in prison or a fine of 800,000. So once the conviction happens as per the Economic Crimes Act, the people have to be laid off, suspended, until there is a determination from an appeal. court.
Who and who was convicted? And
Jeff Moria, together with the former county secretary, whose position I've been acting, and the county executive committee member finance.
Thank you. Any other question? Since there is none. Good. I think that is it for you.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate the
Yeah.
opportunity.
Asante sana. It's now 1:30. We need to break for lunch. Can we say instead of 1 hour we do 45 minutes? We come back by 2:15. Can try 2:15. Okay, so we'll resume at 2:15. Thank you.